ผมชื่ออาจารย์คริสและท่านนี้อยู่อาบูดาบีนะครับเดือนนี้เป็นเดือนรอมฎอนนะครับท่อนรอมฎอนกลางวันกินไม่ได้เป็นเดือนพิเศษของศาสนาอิสลามนะครับกินข้างอ้อข้างกฎหมายทุกร้านอาหารปิดแล้วดื่มน้ำไม่ได้ดื่มกาแฟไม่ได้ก่อนที่สี่จนถึง15 นาทีกินไม่ได้แต่หลังถึง15 นาทีกินได้เพื่อหิวมากอาบูดาบีเป็นประเทศน่าสนใจเพราะว่ามีคนเยอะมาที่นี้ทำงานจากประเทศอื่นประมาณ 70% คนอยู่ที่นี้มาจากประเทศอื่น so with that today we are going to talk about occupations so I'm going to give you some basic vocabulary words here, some of the prefixes for occupations, and then we are going to use maybe some words we already know to create the suffixes. So we're going to put words together using a lot of vocabulary we already know to create some occupations. So the first word here is nak. Nak is a word that is used before a verb or a noun that is used to show some sort of professional relationship with the following word. So it can mean a person who does something, a person who is an enthusiast for, a person who is a devotee of, or a person who is an expert in such and such. I think the best definition of nak is really someone who does something habitually. So for example, we say nakriyan. Nakriyan means a student. So a nakriyan is someone who is a professional or their job is to study. So it means a student in actually elementary school all the way up to the end of high school. But a saksa is another word that also means study, but it's more of an older kind of fancier word. So a naksaksa is actually a university student. So they're really the same sort of thing, but they have a different word used for study. Anak tong tiao. Tong tiao means to go out on vacation, and so anak tong tiao would be someone who habitually goes out on vacation or a tourist. Nak gila, we know gila means sports, so nak gila would be an athlete, someone who habitually does sports. Nak turagit, turagit means business, so a nak turagit is a businessman or businesswoman. Nak bin, bin means to fly, so a nak bin would be a pilot. Nak rong, rong is to sing, so sing a song, so a nak rong is a singer or someone who sings a lot of songs. Nak gan meung, so we know gan means it's a prefix word for activity, so a nak gan meung, meung means the state, so the person who habitually does the activities of the state, nak gan meung, is a politician. Nak kian, we know kian means to write, so nak kian is a person who is a writer. And lastly, one I usually like to describe some of my students, a nak ling. So we know ling means monkey, so a nak ling is someone who is habitually or perhaps an expert at being a monkey. So a nak ling would be almost a hooligan of sorts. Another prefix we can use here is chang. So chang, not to be confused with elephant, a different tone, but chang is it's a word used for someone who does something more technical. So nak is maybe use that for more businessmen or pilots or things that need more mental education, whereas a chang is someone who really does something more with their hands. So perhaps it's an engineer, an artisan, a mechanic of some sort, maybe a craftsman, a specialist, or a repairman. It can be even used with a barber as well. So a barber would be a chang tat pom. So tat means to cut, pom is the hair. So chang tat pom is someone that is a skilled person at cutting your hair, so that would be a barber. Chang mai, mai is wood, so chang mai would be a carpenter, or someone who works with wood. A chang fai fa means electricity, so chang fai fa is a electrician. Lastly, chang tai ru, we know tai ru means to take a photo, so tai is to take, and ru is the picture itself, so chang tai ru is a photographer, someone who is an artisan or repeatedly does photography work. So as you can probably see here in this lesson, Thai is a fairly easy language in the way that vocabulary words are put together. It's actually one of my favorite parts about the language. And the way these professions work is you have prefixes that you put at the front of the word, and then it can be followed by a verb or a noun that means what you want it to be. So in English we would have the word for electrician, but in Thai it would be just a person that does electricity. Or in English we have a carpenter, but it would just be in Thai a person that does wood. So if you know perhaps the word for wood, or you know the word for electricity, you can easily deduce the meaning of some more complex words, which makes Thai, I think, much easier language to learn in that it is much easier to pick up vocabulary. Whereas in English you have to study a different word for so many things. In Thai it's just a simple combination of perhaps words you already know. So thank you so much for watching this video lesson. Please look at the description for the full vocabulary list. Please subscribe to this video feed if you would like to see more of my videos. ขอบคุณมากครับ